Alright, so I'm MTO,
And I'm Omar.
and we're going to talk about the current WWE roster, give our thoughts on the superstars, yada yada yada. So there's just what we think about the superstars, and if you disagree, be sure to tell us in the comment. We love to argue with people. So let's start off ABC order. Alicia Fox. What do you think about Alicia Fox, Omar?
I've always expressed my true feelings about Alicia Fox. She has been on an absolute tear ever since losing the Divas Championship to Melina at SummerSlam. She's been like the nexus of the Divas. What did you think about her, MTO?
Well, personally, I have to agree. Alicia Fox has been on a dominant role. I mean, she's a one-time women's champion. I mean, she's beat them all, and she will definitely go down as one of the greatest divas of all time. Now, let's move on to another diva, Brie Bella. So what do you think about Brie Bella?
Brie Bella is obviously the Marty Jannetty of the Bella twins. We all like Nikki better. Brie is just there to take up space, to occupy crap. Nobody likes her. What about you, MTO?
I'm going to have to agree. I'm a fan of the Bella twins. I think they're a pretty good tag team. And actually, I agree, Brie is the lesser better of the two. She is going to be known as the one girl that tag team with Nikki Bella. That's all I gotta say about that. But at least they're still both hot. But Nikki's just way hotter than Brie, just in my opinion. Now let's move on to CM Punk. What do you think about CM Punk?
Well, when Punk started out, I'm sure we both hated him. I know we both hated him. And then he kind of grew on me. But then when he made the Straightest Society, I was like, oh god, here's the Punk that I hate again. But then the commentator, CM Punk, came out. And this guy was freaking hilarious. And I was like, man, this guy's really good. Imagine how good he would be with the Nexus. And sure enough, it happened. Last night. So now I could not love Punk more. No homo. But who knows what's going to happen to Wade Barrett after this. I may hate Punk if Wade Barrett's gone. So Punk has really grown on me. I think he's really cool now. So, what do you think about him, MTO?
I agree. CM Punk, I always hated him when he was a face. I mean, he's always been a great wrestler, but I just never liked his character. I always thought it was stupid and retarded and pathetic, and he was boring. And then when he became World Champion, I was like, fuck this guy. And then he won Money in the Bank twice in a row, and I was like, son of a bitch. I wanted to fucking kill this guy. This guy pissed me the fuck off his entire reign. And then he turned heel, and I still hated him for a while. Then he kind of started to get better, and he became one of the greatest heels on SmackDown in his time, and he's really just turned into one of the greatest superstars right now. And until recently, after the whole commentary thing and all the things that he's been saying, like everything he said on commentary was exactly what I wanted to say. I'm glad CM Punk was there to say everything that I wanted to say, and I like CM Punk now. I'm a big fan of CM Punk now. Went from hating him to loving him. That's what I think about CM Punk. So let's move on to another superstar on the roster. Next superstar, Daniel Bryan. What do you think about Daniel Bryan?
Bryan Danielson. I mean Daniel Bryan. What can you say about this guy? This guy is a great wrestler. His shirt is really hardcore. I mean, if you look at his shirt, I don't know how they can show that on PG-TV. I mean, that is absolutely hardcore. It is freaking gorish. I haven't seen that kind of gore since Saw. Daniel Bryan's a really talented wrestler. Not the greatest mic skills, but he could be a really good mid-carder for a long time. What about you, MTO?
Yeah, he's a great wrestler. Definitely a great wrestler. I'm not going to take anything away from that, but his personality, it's just not there. Even with The Miz guiding him in NXT, he doesn't have the personality, and I don't know. I think he's overrated in my opinion. That's just what I think. He's a great wrestler, not taking anything away from that, but he's overrated. The next superstar we're going to talk about, Darren Young. Omar, give your opinion.
Is that John Cena? Oh, it's Darren fucking Young. What can I say about Darren fucking Young? other than House Party. What about you, MTO?
Well, pretty much there's not much you can say. He was in the Nexus. He was the weak link in the Nexus. He finally got kicked out, and ever since then he's done nothing. The only good thing he has going for him is that he looks like John Cena. Alright, up next, D.H. Smith. Omar, what do you think about D.H. Smith?
He started as a heel. He was a faggot. I thought he could be a good heel after the Hart Dynasty broke up. Well, I was dead wrong. I mean, obviously, the money in that was Teddy Hart. I don't think he'll get fired. He's not my favorite superstar, but I kind of have a soft spot for this guy because I think he's a good wrestler. What about you, MTO?
I don't care about this guy. Moving on. David Otunga. What do you think about David Otunga?
Okay. So what I think about David Otunga is that he's a terrible wrestler. He talks like this, and he'll never be the leader of the Nexus. He's just a wannabe Wade Barrett. He'll never get his push. He's the next Bobby Lashley. We all know it. What do you think of him, MTO?
I don't know. I kind of wanted this guy to win in NXT when I saw him. I thought he got the personality, and I kind of thought he had the wrestling skill. But after watching some of his matches, I completely changed my mind. I'm not sure. He's alright. He's just alright. And obviously he's the most likely to turn face in the Nexus. I'm not sure where he's going to go after that. But anyway, moving on to the next guy. Evan Bourne. Your opinion?
I cannot wait for this guy to come back at the Royal Rumble and absolutely tear people apart, break Kane's record for most eliminations in a Rumble match. Okay, kidding aside, I think he's a really good wrestler. He was supposed to get his push with the rivalry against Randy Orton, but the mic skills were not there, just like D.H. Smith. So, I really like Evan Bourne, no homo, but, yeah.
Alright, Evan Bourne, great wrestler, no personality. That's pretty much all that I can say about this guy, is that he's got he's a great wrestler, he's got great high-flying ability, he's a human highlight reel, pretty much. But he's just never gonna make it with his lack of personality.
He's pretty much a modern day wrestler.
Moving on. Eve. What do you got to say about Eve?
She's hot, and that might be the only thing she's not going for. She's not a good wrestler, she's only a decent wrestler, so I don't see how she can make it in the WWE unless she improves her in-ring skill, which there's always room for that. So what do you think of her?
She's hot. Gail Kim. What do you think about Gail Kim?
She's hot, and she can wrestle. Okay, that's a rarity to find in the WWE these days. What's with Canadians that can wrestle, though? I mean, Gail Kim, Trish Stratus, Maryse, Natalya. Is this a trend going on here? Maybe WWE needs to find more diva wrestlers in Canada.
I didn't know Gail Kim's Canadian. I thought she was a Chinese or Japanese or Korean or, one of those other slanted eyes people.
She was born in Canada, but she's of Korean descent.
Alright, well, yeah, Gail Kim is one of the best diva wrestlers in WWE right now, but she doesn't have much of a personality that can back her up and make her a main event in the Divas division. With that being said, Goldust. What do you think about Goldust?
She has nice... Oh, Goldust. I was gonna say she has nice hair, then I remember that it's a dude, so... What I have to say, simply electrifying.
I like Goldust. I don't know why, I've always been a fan of him. I don't think he's ever going to be in the main event or he's ever going to be any higher than he is now. But, anyway, that's what I think about Goldust. So, moving on to... Well, this can't be right. What's the chick from Wendy's doing here? Why are they calling her Heath Slater?
Say what you want about Heath Slater. Okay. He attracts the most heat in the Nexus from someone not named Wade Barrett or CM Punk. Say what you want about him. I really like this guy for some reason, no homo. I think he's a really talented wrestler but he just needs to change his finisher because he just took the zigzag from Dolph Ziggler. What do you think about him, MTO?
So anyway, Husky Harris. What do you think about Husky Harris?
Why is this guy in the Nexus? I mean, he's a good wrestler and everything. Is it only because he's IRS's son? Is this the only reason? I swear to God. Whatever. He's a good wrestler and everything. He has absolutely zero charisma to be in the Nexus. What about you, MTO?
I agree with everything that you just said. Pretty good wrestler, just no charisma. Just like a lot of the superstars that we just talked about. I just realized that. Like a lot of the wrestlers we just cleared right now, they're either great wrestlers with no charisma, or they have some charisma but don't have wrestling ability. That's weird. It's becoming a trend. But now let's move on to someone who has both the charisma and the wrestling ability. Jerry the King Lawler. What do you think about Jerry the King Lawler?
Obviously both. His speed and agility in the ring is absolutely scary for people like The Miz. I think that he had that ladder match in the bag. I mean, you obviously saw his speed was too much for The Miz to handle. And if it wasn't for Michael Cole, he would be the WWE champion right now. What do you think, MTO?
Really? His commentary sucks nowadays, being serious. His commentary, it's been going down the tube. Ever since JR left him, his commentary just hasn't been the same. And I think JR was the one that actually pushed him to be that funny. You know, those two were commentating partners for a while, and, you know, those guys were magic together. Now, Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole, they just, I don't know. His commentary just hasn't been as good since then. So moving on, this guy. What do you think about this guy?